Hello Hodgel, so today is the second lesson on probability where we will be able to interpret a two-way table. Some of the keywords you may need to know are frequency, probability and two-way table. So last lesson we talked about probability, that means how likely an event is to occur, and frequency means how often something happens. So the real life link with this is for data censuses, scientific experiments. Companies such as Statistica take these bits of information and they provide information to other companies and to the government. So they are really useful in real life. Okay, so this is our first two-way table, example 1. Okay, the reason we call it a two-way table is because we are comparing it with two bits of information. We're comparing it with subject studied and girls and boys. So that's why we call it a two-way table. Okay, so what we need to do is, if you can look at the diagram, the table, you'll see that we need to fill in the missing bits of information. So we're just going to use some simple operations of subtraction and addition to find the missing information. Okay, first things first, let's deal with this column here. Let's deal with this column here. If there are 38 people in total studying English and 20 are girls, how many are boys? So what I'm going to do is 38 take away 20 and that'll leave us with 18. So what we need to do is double check that we've done that correctly. So if there are 20 girls, add 18 boys, that does equal to 38. So we have calculated it correctly. Okay, next. We have 13 girls that study maths and 15 boys that study maths. So in total, how many people study maths? That is 28 people that study maths. Okay, so if you have a look at this column here, we have two bits of missing information, so we cannot calculate that yet. Instead, I'd rather deal with a column or a row where they have two bits of information already in there. So if you have a look at this row here of girls, you see that there's only one missing bit of information, so it's easier to deal with that one. So in total, we have 50 girls that study, and 20 do English, 20 do maths. So in total, that's 33 girls that study English and maths. So out of the 50, how many remaining study science? So if I do 50 take away 33, that will leave me with 17. Again, we need to double check we have done this correctly. So if we add up all of the data in this row, it should add up to 50. 20 add 13 add 17 does equal to 15. Okay, we can now go back to the science column, this column here, because there's only one missing bit of information. If there are 40 people in total studying science and 17 are girls, how many are boys? I'm going to do 40 take away 17, and that's going to give me 23. Okay, so finally, on the last two, we know that we have all the information for the boys that study English, maths and science. So if we add up 18, add 15, add 23, that will give us 56. So in total we have 56 boys. And then finally, we want to calculate the total amount of people that are studying. So 50, add 56 will give us 106. Okay, let's answer these questions below. How many students were asked altogether? Altogether, there was 106 students asked altogether. How many girls like science? So if I go to the science column, which is this one here, and I read it off, the girls column, the girls row, sorry, and I go all the way across and all the way down here, I'll see that 17 girls like science. So the answer to that one is 17. How many boys were there in total? So if we go to the boys column, that's that column there. All of the boys in total, if you go all the way across, we have 56 boys that are studying in total. That's 56. Okay, what I'd like you to do is to pause the video and have a go at filling out this information here. Once you're finished, if you can please resume the video and I'll go through it myself. Okay, welcome back. So we have 78 year 10s in the UK, in the holiday destinations in the UK during summer. Abroad, in total we have 42 and 35, that will give us 77. Year 11s in total will be 76 plus 35, and that'll give us 111. Sorry, I'll do that in a better colour. 111. And finally, we want to calculate in total how many people there are going on holiday. So that'll be 120 plus 111, and that will give us 231. You can double check by adding up all your numbers and checking if the columns and the rows calculate correctly. So let's try with the bottom row, 154 plus 77, and that does give us 231. So I know that one's correct. Okay, so in the previous slides we just filled out the two-way table with the missing values, but now we're going to calculate some of the probabilities. Okay, so the first one, the probability of picking a girl who studies maths. Probability of picking girl who studies maths. Remember, probability is the desired outcomes divided by the total outcomes. In total, we have 106 people. Now, let's find the girls who study maths. So if we read down here and across, we have 13 girls. So the probability of girls who study maths is 13 out of 106. Okay, now what is the probability of a boy being picked at random? Okay, so the probability of being a boy, we need to go to the row and calculate how many boys are in total. So if we go all the way across, we have 56 boys. So the probability of picking a boy is 56 out of 106. Okay, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and calculate the probability of picking a boy who studies science, and also calculate the probability of picking a girl who studies English. Once you have finished, resume the video and I'll give you the answers. Okay, welcome back. So the probability of picking a boy studying science is equals to 23 over 106. And the probability of a girl studying English is 20 over 106. You can simplify that further. You need to find the highest common factor. In fact, what I would do is divide top and bottom by 2, and that'll give us 10 over 53. We cannot simplify that any further. Let me just erase that bit there. That's 10 over 53. So Yuri, what I would like you to do is to choose 2 from the red. Choose 2 from the red, do complete 2 from the red, and do at least 1 from the green. Once you have finished, can you please upload an image of your solutions onto ClassCharts? If you have any questions, message a member of staff on ClassCharts, and good luck.